Excel error values. Sometimes when you enter a formula, Excel displays a value that begins with a hash mark. This is a signal that the value is returning an error value. When this happens, Excel expects you to correct the formula or possibly correct a cell that the formula references in order to get rid of the error display. In certain cases, Excel won't even let you enter a wrong formula. For example, if you type in a formula like equal sign A1 multiplying, then you open parentheses B1 plus C2. If you enter a formula like this, let's see what happens. Now press enter. So what happens is that this particular formula is missing the closing parenthesis. And if you attempt to enter this formula, Excel would inform you that you have unmatched parentheses, and so it proposes a correction. Mind you, so you can click on yes and then it will display, since there were no values in the cells that we entered, so it displayed a 0. But mind you that it is not all proposed corrections by Excel that are correct, and so you cannot count on it. This means you must know what you are doing before you begin entering formulas. Now let us explain some of the Excel error values. So let us go to this sheet and learn how the Excel error values appear. So sometimes when you are working with formulas, you can see an error value of this sort. Now this error occurs when the formula is trying to divide by 0. Because Excel applies a value of 0 to empty cells, this error also occurs when the formula attempts to divide a cell that is blank or has a value of 0. So when that happens, you will see this error value being displayed. And then this particular error value also shows that the formula uses a name that Excel doesn't recognize, such as deleting a name that is used in the formula or misspelling a name and pressing enter. Okay, and then this one also, this formula is referring directly or indirectly to a cell that uses the NA function. So just like we have specified here, there is an if function. Okay, and we shall later on learn how we are going to do this. This is an argument that it raises where we are specifying a certain condition, and then if the condition is true, this is what Excel must perform, and if it's not true, this is what must happen. So later on we shall learn how to use the if function, and so it will use the NA function to signal that data is not available. Then you can display this one. Formulas like VLOOKUP and match can also return this error if there is no match to the formulas. Now if you also see this error value, it means that the formula uses an intersection of two ranges that do not intersect. How does this appear? Let us go to this sheet tab named intersection and let us learn how it works. Now, the range intersection shows that individual cells specified in two ranges have in common. It is going to talk about what individual range of cells have in common. Now, the intersection operator that Excel uses is the space character, the space bar. When you click on it, when you press on the space bar on your computer or laptop, then it will use that as the intersection operator. And I'm going to show you exactly how that works. And it determines the overlapping references in two ranges. For instance, we can enter a formula such as equal sign, then C1. We are selecting a range of cells, so from C1 to C6. And if you recall, we use the colon symbol for a range. Then you will press the space bar to enter a space character. Then you specify another range, A3 through D3, and then you press enter. Now, what you can see here is that there is an intersection of the range of C and the range of A, okay, of the row here. And so what happens, the intersection is on this number 15, so Excel will display the number for you. So the intersection of the two ranges will be 15. And so this 15 was as a result of the range from C1 to C6, and then the range from, here's the formula also. So we have the range from C1 to C6 and the range from A3 to D3. And so it looks exactly like this, and this is where the range is, and that is why Excel displayed this answer. Now this gives this value of 15 since it is at the intersection of the two ranges. Let's see what happens if the ranges do not intersect and when we use the intersection operator. Okay, so let us enter an equal sign and specify a range again, say A4 up to C4, and it will select the range from A4 to C4, then the space character, and then we enter D1 to D6, and this is also the D1 to D6. Now, as you can see, they do not intersect. So when you press enter, it gives you the null error value as indicated here. Okay. Now, this error value also, this means that there is a problem with a value. So you can see NUM, sometimes representing numeric, something like that. And so this means that there is a problem with a value you entered. For example, you might have specified a negative number as an argument where a positive number was required. Okay. And so you will get this particular error value. And then you also get this one. The formula refers to a cell that isn't valid. So when a cell is not valid, then you will get this error value. This can happen if the cell has been deleted from the worksheet. Now, this formula also includes an argument or operand of the wrong type. What is an operand? It is a value or cell reference that the formula uses to calculate a result. And so when it includes an argument or operand of the wrong type, then you are going to get this particular error value. And so these are the various error values that you are likely to get when performing Excel calculations and using your formulas. And so understanding these error values will guide you as an Excel analyst to see how best to correct them or apply the necessary interventions to make the correct formulas work.